Hello and welcome back to Bumble Stitch's Flosstube. My name's Nicola and this is my Flosstube episode number 38, and today is Sunday the 5th of March. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw you last, only 2 in fact, so I'm pretty pleased with my getting back to you so quickly. I didn't want to do one of my extended intervals again, and I've got a few bits and pieces to share with you, so I thought it'd be nice to pop by and see you all. And a big warm welcome to all you new viewers. There's been quite a jump in the subscriber figures since I saw you last. I've had a couple of shout outs. And yes, I'm really happy to have you all here, and of course all my lovely long-term viewers who are all, well, you're all very, very welcome. It's lovely to be able to share what I'm up to with you all today and every time I film. So as I mentioned, it's been 2 weeks, but a few things have been happening. Obviously it's needlework market this weekend, which is really exciting. It was my birthday on Thursday, and I think that's quite a happy coincidence that my birthday falls around the same time as needlework market, because I mean, as if we need an excuse, I think having a birthday that close is a pretty good excuse to treat yourself to some new releases. I had a couple of days off work because of my birthday, so it's been nice just to chill out a little bit, take Alf out on some walks. I popped a little video in at the beginning. We actually took him and for the first time let him off his lead, and I was really pleased that his recall was good. There was that like, oh my goodness, is he going to come back moment, but he was a really good boy, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. We took Enzo to his baby swimming classes, Lila and I, last weekend, which was lovely to see him. He really enjoys it, and it's so sweet to see all the babies in the swimming pool. And of course there's been work and stitching and Flosstube and cooking dinner and all those other things that we do, but hopefully you've all had a nice couple of weeks since I saw you last. I just want to check my notes to make sure. There was one thing I wanted to mention, is that unfortunately some of the comments in the last episode were hit by the scam commenter that's been doing the rounds on lots of, not just Flosstube videos, but lots and lots of YouTube videos. So as always, if you see anything that looks not right, is not right. I will only ever announce winners of giveaways here in person on my videos. I won't comment on your comment to say that you've won anything. And if you see anything, this particular one mentions an app called Telegram. Anything that directs you to go somewhere else is generally somebody that's fishing for your information or trying to scam you out of something. So please be aware of that. I have been in and deleted some of them. I haven't had a chance to go in and delete possibly all of them. So, but just, I know it's a shame because you see that and you think, I've won a giveaway and it's exciting, but I will only announce winners here in person on this channel. What else has been happening? I've been fortunate to receive some of my Auntie Tina's stitching things, so I'll share those with you in a little while. I've got a little idea that I want to run by you, and I think that's probably all that's been happening, but I've got quite a few bits to show you, so I'll stop waffling and I'll get on with that right away. And the first thing I want to show you is a little finished object, and it's not stitching but it is sewing, and I alluded to these last episode. I'm just going to take a couple of bits out of this basket so that we can see. The basket isn't finished yet, but I did make my fabric carrots, so here they are. And if you can see there, I put a link in the last video from Shabby Fabrics, who are also on YouTube, and they've got a really good video and downloadable PDF tutorial to making these carrots. So I made these for my Easter and spring displays, and I really enjoyed making them. They were super quick. I literally made these 5 carrots in about just over an hour yesterday afternoon, and they're all made with Lorry Holt fabrics in various shades of orange and sort of, that one's like a bit more prim, a bit more sort of mustardy colour, but I thought they all worked really well. I tweaked the pattern slightly in that I didn't do the tops. They make a fabric top, and I did actually buy some raffia from Hobbycraft with a view to making sort of like raffia tops to them, but it was making such a mess, and it wasn't going to sit right, and I just gave up and thought, what am I going to do? And I remembered I had a reel of this this green satin ribbon, so I just looped some ribbon together and made the tops of the carrots, and I'm really pleased how they came out. The bottoms are stuffed with walnut shells. In fact, in this light you can see where they're darker at the bottom slightly, but it just gave them a little bit more pliability at the bottom, and the top is filled with polyfill. So I've got a lovely bunch of carrots ready for all the spring decorating, and I'm going to pop these in with my sort of Easter themed smalls and some chocolate eggs and bits and pieces like that, and that'll be a little display in the dining room for the spring. But if you want to make some of these yourself, if they only take a small amount of fabric, as you can see, and you could make them in any colour, you could really go to town with them. I popped a link to the tutorial video in my last video, which was episode 37, in the description box, so you can find that there if you wanted to make some fabric carrots of your own. And I will get round to painting the little trug that I bought in Hobbycraft as well, because eventually they may sit in there with, as I say, with some smalls, or they might just go on the tiered tray. But I really enjoyed making those. I thought I'd share them with you. I'll move along to some whips next. I don't have any FFOs or even FOs for cross stitch, I'm afraid, but I have been doing some stitching. I've been flim-flamming a little bit between projects, and I've even got a couple of new starts, even though I promised myself I wouldn't do any more starts, but I have got a couple of new starts as well today. So the first thing that I wanted to share, and I think let's have a little look at my progress on Prim, because as you know, this is like an old friend. I've made a little bit more progress on block 11 here, and I've got the pears and the little pedestal that they're on, the little sort of cake stand. Still got my needle in there, and I have made a start on the flowers for that block. I really need to just, I think, move on to this as almost like a full-time project and stitch it monogamously until it's done. And I had a little bit of a, well, it's a funny story now, but it wasn't a funny story at the time. As you know, I stitch on this in my car at lunchtimes from work, and I had a bit of an incident the other day, a car stitching related incident. I got this out ready to stitch as normal and popped it in the hoop, because I don't stitch in hand, I always use a hoop, and went to put my needle minder on my project because I thought, oh, don't drop your, I've done that before, dropped the needle in the car and had a bit of a job finding it. So always use a needle minder as well. And I dropped the small magnetic disc off the back of the needle minder down the side of the seat, between my seat and the sort of centre console where the handbrake is. So if you use a needle minder, you'll know those magnets are really, really strong. So it went down and it stuck itself to the rail of that moves the car seat backwards and forwards. And I reached my hand down. It's a really tight gap, so I had to take my rings off and just to try and get my hand down there. And I could just about touch it with the tips of my fingers. And I thought, okay, I'm going to get it. And as I went to get it, the magnetism must have flipped because they sort of flip, don't they, magnets? I suppose it's to do with the polarisation. But it stuck itself firmly inside the rail of the car seat. So I got out of the car and tried to move the seat forward to try and get to it from that angle. And in moving the seat forward, it stuck completely fast and I couldn't move the seat backwards or forwards. It was in completely the wrong position for me to drive. And I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done now? So I, to cut this rather long story short, I ended up precariously driving to, fortunately there's a mechanics over the road from where I work, managed to get the car over there, and one of the young guys came out and rescued me. But I won't be doing that again. And the result was I got no stitching done that day and just a whole lot of stress over a needle winder. So yeah, that was a little bit of an incident. But progress is coming along, and I feel I really need to push on and get this one done. Right, let's pop that to one side. The next whip I have been stitching on, if I can get to the other two. Actually, there's only two whips, and then we are on to new starts. And it's the Bountiful Stitch Along, which is the charity stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop this year in aid of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And as you can see, I'm using a 32 count check Lugana, which is a Zweigart fabric. This is from Fat Quarter Shop, and I am using, I'm just going to show you the image of how it's going to look. So as you can see, I've just done this red, the border here I'm working on, and then the monthly parts will be released over the next 5 months. It's a 6 monthly pattern, and I'll show you the flosses that I'm using. So I've got the gorgeous classic Colourworks flosses in here, and I've popped them all on the Laurie Holt Gingham Love floss bling, and these are all the classic Colourworks flosses. And the border that I'm stitching at the moment is in this gorgeous coral, which is called Sunset, and I think these colours are going to work really pretty on this fabric. So that is my other whip. And of course, if you want to stitch along with us, if you go to Fat Quarter Shop, you can get the pattern for free. They just ask for a donation to Make-A-Wish. So I hope you all consider joining in on that lovely stitch along with us. So I'm going to pop that away. I wish this could be a car stitch, but 32 count is a little bit too much for me to stitch on in the car. I tend to 28 count or a 25 count Lugana is fine for me without any sort of magnification, but I do need a little bit of help on anything 32 and above, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. So I mentioned a couple of new starts, and I'm getting ready for Easter and spring with this next new start. I'm just going to grab my flosses, and this is Madame Cottontail by With Thy Needle and Thread. I think I shared this with you last time, and I couldn't resist but to make a start. So I'm stitching this on a 36 count Zweigart. I think this is light khaki, it might be summer khaki. And as you can see, I've made a small start on her. I've chosen my own colours. I didn't have all the called for. I've got some of the called for, but I've pulled from my stash. So I've got a mixture here. I've got Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works, some DMC, and one of my lovely Tom and Lily flosses here in the chocolat, which I've used for the bird. So I'm hoping these are going to work out all right. The only colour I was a little bit concerned about was for her apron, in case it just disappeared into the fabric, but I've done the top of her apron there, and I think you'll agree that stands out quite well. So I think I will make this not into a sort of little pocket bag as it's finished here on the model, but probably into a pillow, or if I'm feeling really brave, I was watching Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and she's got this particular design finished, and she's finished hers as a stand-up, and I thought that looked really, really cute. I think she used one of Vonna the Twisted Stitches finishing tutorials. So I'll wait and see when I've got it completed and see what how brave I'm feeling. But it's a really lovely stitch. I'm stitching one strand of floss over two of linen, and I think she's coming out really, really well. So that was a cheeky new start. I'll move that one out of the way. Put that back in the bag. And then my next new start was actually a birthday start. And I wasn't planning to do a birthday start, but suddenly I thought, well, it's kind of the law, isn't it? If you're a cross stitcher, you have to do a new start on your birthday. So I have made a start on the gorgeous Anne Logan. And let me just, this is living in one of my Pauline Sobe bags. Let me just grab a picture so I can show you and my flosses. I'm using all the cord 4 and they are Weeks Dye Works. Quite a nice diverse palette here. I've got everything from the sweet potato, which is really quite a strong colour, down to the pinks, blue, Louisiana hot sauce there, which is really nice. That pinky colour is red pear. We've got some nice blues. We've got Fathom, and we have got, what's the other one there? I think that's called Jaybird, and there's another blue which is Shepherd's Blue, so there's some really nice blues in there as well. I'm trying to find the image of the front of the chart to show you, and this is of course from Whilst Iris Naps Designs, and I downloaded this as a PDF from her website, and it was the colours that drew me to it. And also this top section is cross stitch, but this bottom section in the eyelets. I really enjoy eyelets. I did a few on what I've done so far of Anniversaries of the Heart, and really enjoy doing eyelet stitches, so I'm looking forward to those. And I've got a tiny start here. As I say, this was my birthday start. Just did a bit of the top border and the first couple of letters. And again, this is a 36 count fibre on a whim. The colour is parchment, and I'm stitching 1 strand of floss over 2 strands of the linen. And I'm obsessed with this. I keep thinking about it. I need to get my stitch along, this month's stitch along for Bountiful done, and then I think I'm going to be going crazy on Anne Logan, because I just love that mix of the colours. It's stitching up so nicely on this linen, and I think it's going to be a really pretty piece. I think when it's finished it will have to be done by a framer professionally, because I don't think, well, I don't have the skills certainly to frame something, and I think she'll deserve it once she's stitched. Hopefully I can do her justice. So I'll pop her back in the bag. And what is next on the agenda? Okay, some stitchy plans, apart from the things that I'm working on, obviously, and all the other whips that are sitting in the sewing room waiting for their little time in the sunshine. I have been inspired by a purchase that I will show you in a moment, and I have gone a bit tomato crazy. And it's very timely, because here in the UK at the moment there seems to be a bit of a shortage of certain produce, mostly salad things. I couldn't get cucumbers this week, I couldn't get green peppers, I couldn't get tomatoes last week, but I could get them this week, and there's various import reasons why a lot of these items are a bit scarce at the moment. So tomatoes have been in the news quite a lot, but not the stitchy kind, and those are the kind that feature on so many patterns and so many things in sort of sewing and stitching world. And I did read up about it once, but I can't exactly remember, but there's a specific reason why tomato pincushions are a thing. So I'll show you the inspiration, and once again it's lovely Pauline at Sobe Bags. I managed to get one of her beautiful tomato bags, and of course I thought, well, if I've got a lovely tomato bag from Pauline, I need to put some tomato stitching in it. So I have popped in here my Keeper of the Pins, which I have got as a whip. I've only started on this particular one, the Sewing Bird, but as you can see the tomatoes feature, and you've all seen this. This has been all over Flosstube and all over Instagram because it is so gorgeous. Just look at these, and I just wish we could get here in the UK hold of some of these vintage tomato pin cushions. I've done some searches online and I can only ever see them in the US, but they are just so gorgeous, and it would be lovely to have a nice display in my dough bowl with these little tomato related items. So as I said, this has started a tomato obsession. So I'll just very briefly show you that progress that I did have on that. I think I showed it in my whip parade, and I'm stitching this on a 36 count linen from Paula at Eva Faith, and this is sycamore seed, showing up quite darker and more mottled on camera. That's probably a bit more accurate there. And I thought, have I got any more tomato patterns in my stash? I must have. And I did, because I have got this one, which is Mice in the Sewing Room by Brenda Gervais. And that's this one here. Super, super cute. Love the spool, love the tomato, love the tape measure at the bottom. So this will be going into my little tomato bowl at some point when I get some things done and put in my bowl, and pop that away. And I have got a couple of items that I've pre-ordered from Market that feature tomatoes as well. And I also found, and I need to show you this on my iPad because I couldn't print it out, there's a freebie chart that I found on Lila's Studio, which is this one, and just quite a small design, just tomato with the spools and the scissors, and I thought that would make a really lovely little pillow. It's charted for DMC, it's 55 wide by 55 high in stitches, and yeah, you can find it on Lila's Studio. I'll try and pop a link to the website down below. I won't put a link directly to the chart because obviously it's nice, that's why designers do freebies, so that you go and have a look at their website. But I thought that would be a really nice addition as well. So I thought, well, if I like tomatoes so much, I'm sure lots of you out there like tomato themed stitching. So I thought perhaps we could have a little tomato stitch along. No set times or whatever, just, you know, enjoy some tomato designs. Tell me what you're stitching in the comments, if you've got any tomato charts that you think I might like that I don't know about, and you can tell me about those. And I've done a little hashtag which I'll put along the bottom so you can share images on Instagram, and it's going to be called the Tomato Stitch Up Sal. So not catch up, but stitch up. So Tomato Stitch Up Sal. So I thought it'd just be really nice, bit of fun to get all those tomatoey things in progress, finished if we're lucky. And I know that, you know, as I said, loads of you love all the designs. Designers wouldn't keep designing all the lovely tomato designs if we didn't love them. So that's definitely in my plans, and I am in love with this new bag. So thank you, Pauline. Other plans, of course, will include more things for Easter. I've still got some bunnies to finish off, Henrietta, Madame Cottontail, and they will go in with the lovely carrots that I made and shared with you earlier. So moving along now, I did have a giveaway, or a couple of giveaways last episode. I'm just going to move some things along here to make some room and throw that over there. It's a bit like organised chaos today in here. And I have got some new giveaways for today, which I will do at the end of the episode if you want to hang around until then, which I hope you do. Right, so last episode we had 3 giveaways. The first was for my 10,000 subscribers to celebrate that, and the keyword was celebrate. And thank you all for all your lovely comments and kind wishes, but unfortunately there's only one winner, but it's very fortunate for Flossie Sews and Grows because you are the winner of this little bundle. So congratulations, Flossie Sews and Grows. I believe you've got a Flosstube channel as well, so I'll pop a link to that down below, and if you can email me on the email in my description box. I will get this prize on the way to you. And if I can find somewhere to pop it, that would be handy, wouldn't it? The next prize is for one of Pauline's bags. Pauline donated this for a giveaway with all these gorgeous sweet treats on it, and the code word was SOBE, and the winner of this bag is Mel Patton. So congratulations, Mel. I know you're a long-term viewer. I've seen your name in comments pop up so many times, so thank you for all your support, and I hope you enjoy your bag. Do drop me an email with your address and I'll get that on its way to you. And the final giveaway were these two gorgeous Valentine's themed patterns from It's So Emma, which were kindly donated by Fat Quarter Shop. So these, the sweetheart ornaments in the little tart tins, and this Be Mine Simply Signs, which is going to be a series, I believe. And the winner of these, code word was sweetheart, and the winner of this is Barbara Chase. So Barbara, congratulations to you for winning these gorgeous charts. Please do the same and drop me an email. It's in the description box down below. And congratulations to all our winners, and thank you all for taking part and for all your wonderful comments. I had been asked in comments about how to order stuff from Market, and people often ask, where do you get this and where do you get that? And I think next weekend I should get a chance to sit down. I plan to do a little sort of shopping guide video, just sort of where I get things, where I like to shop, some information, that kind of thing. If you think that would be useful, then do let me know down in the comments. It would only be, you know, a relatively short video, and obviously it'd be primarily aimed from being in the UK perspective. Oh, well, it won't be, yeah, it'll be exclusively because I am in the UK, but there will be information about where I get stuff, and if it's from overseas, you know, how to go about it, because lots of people have questions. So I thought it might be quite useful to talk about charts and floss and fabrics and bags and tools and all the sorts of things that we use. So I plan to do a little video on that next week, so keep an eye out for that one. I've got a little bit of haul to show you next. And obviously my tomato bag was something that I treated myself to. That was my happy birthday to me from me. But I also had a gorgeous, gorgeous gift, as always, from my friend Paula, of the Snail Garden and Eva Faith on Etsy. And Paula sent me these two beautiful hand-sewn gifts. And I'll show you them one at a time. This is made from wool felt. It's a tomato, so this, again, this is just feeding my habit of being literally tomato obsessed at the moment. I don't know if you can see, there's even red stitches. The thread is a perfect match, and look at the detail of Paula's work. Absolutely beautiful. And this is a needle book, and she's just finished it so gorgeously. Thank you, Paula. You know I appreciate what you do for me. The gifts that you send are always just so gorgeous. And she also made this little decorative piece with wool applique on as well. Sewing mends your soul, or the soul, sorry. And how true is that? Gorgeous with the spool, and it's all been hand bound with quilting fabric. And this little hanger I found in my stash. I forgot I had it. I've had it for years. There's space there to put a little piece of paper, like with a name or whatever. I can't tell you where I got it from. I've had it years, from when I used to do scrapbooking, things like that. But I remembered and thought that is a perfect size for this, just to hang it somewhere. So that was such a lovely surprise to receive those on my birthday. Paula also sent me a chart to loan, and she sent me the Basketful of Wintertime by Brenda Gervais. I admired it when she showed it on her video, and I'm going to look forward to getting that one stitched as well. And when Pauline sent me my tomato bag, she popped in a lovely birthday card, and we, surprisingly, we share the same birthday, which is amazing. And she sent me this little chart from Heart in Hand, which is super cute. And I can't show you on that, well, I might be able to show you because I'm going to show you the chart. There's a little tiny pack of beads in it just down there. Really, really pretty. So thank you, Pauline. That was really kind of you. So that's the haul. I was being quite good. But what I have done, and I wanted to mention, is that I have joined today the lovely Vykky of West Green Loft Yarns. I'll put a description link to her website below. She is was originally a hand dyer of yarns, beautiful yarns, but she has branched out into cross stitch linens and flosses. And I've had some of her fabric before, which I've shared with you on here, but she's actually started a subscription club. I'm so excited because her fabric is beautiful. Vykky has got an eye for the most soft, delicate, just beautiful tonal colours, and I encourage you to, if you're interested, to rush over to her website and subscribe. You can choose from, it's not done as one subscription, you can choose floss or fabric. Of course, if you're feeling like you really want to treat yourself, you can subscribe to both, and she gives you options. I think it's 3 skeins of floss a month or 5, and then there are I think it's a fat eighth or a fat quarter of linen, and you can choose the count that you want in the linen as well. So yeah, do pop over and have a look at those clubs. I made sure I subscribed before I did this video because I was worried that I might miss out. So go and show Vykky some love, and you will not be disappointed. Certainly I haven't been. Everything from her has been just beautiful and always beautifully packaged. So let me just think what else I needed to speak to you about before I do the giveaways. I just wanted to mention a couple of Flosstubers that I've been enjoying this past couple of weeks. One is Tammy Ernest, and I will put links for these Flosstubers down in the description box below. Tammy is a quilter, but she has started doing some Flosstube videos. I think she's got a couple of videos out, and I think she's been cross stitching for years because she's pulled out quite a few old works, but she's also doing some you know, sort of more current projects as well that she's sharing. Her cross stitching is beautiful, and she has a lovely, calm, gentle way of delivering her videos. I think you'd really enjoy watching her, so do pop over and see Tammy. Carrie of Tiger Lily, I've been enjoying her videos lately. She has at the moment got a gorgeous little girl in a bonnet that she's designed as a freebie. So pop over to Carrie and have a look at that gorgeous design. I think you can go to her website and download that as a freebie. And also I've been enjoying watching Sarah of Sew Me Sarah. Sarah's over in Northern Ireland, and this last episode she was sharing lots of beautiful kits that she's got, and she started a stitch along for you to use up some of those kits that you may have been hoarding in your stash for quite a while. So there's some lovely ladies for you to go and enjoy if you don't know about them already. And with that, I'm going to move on to this week's giveaways. So while we've been talking about other Flosstubers, I had shout outs. There's lots of people out there spreading the word, sharing the love, and generally showing each other support. And it made me think of some goodies that I received from Fat Quarter Shop that I had in my giveaway bag that I hadn't given away yet. So I know it's not Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but just because it isn't Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that doesn't mean that we stop showing our support for those that are suffering with this condition. So here are some gorgeous items. These are donated by Fat Quarter Shop. There is the support group cross stitch pattern. I'm sorry for the glare, I'll tilt that a little bit. Such a fun design. This is all charted in DMC. There is the matching quilt pattern and the gorgeous needle minder. all these beautiful coloured bra, bikini tops, whatever you think they are, designs. And I believe this was, yeah, this is actually designed by Laurie Holt, as was the quilt as well. So if you want to win this bundle, please use the word support in the comments down below. And I've got another giveaway, which is these 2 charts, and I'm feeling all springy. The weather isn't agreeing with me, but I'm feeling springy. So we've got from Jardin Privé, Patchwork Été, which is actually more été summer, isn't it? But I think it's got that vibe with all the flowers, and it's got some sort of spring bulbs on there as well. So I think it's quite springy, and I thought it was a nice giveaway for this time of year. And this one from Hands On Designs, designed, this is based on, I think this is from artwork from Priscilla. Is this from Priscilla's artwork? Yeah, it was original artwork from Priscilla, of Stitching with the Housewives, and this is Carrots and Cottontails Farm. So again, really apt for this time of year. And if you'd like to win these 2 charts, please use the word spring. So we have support for the first items and spring for these items. Now, please don't mention giveaway, please don't mention freebie, please be over 18 so that I can ask for your address. Please subscribe, and please like the video, and I will announce the winners in the next episode. And I think that has brought me to the end of today's episode. It has been wonderful to check in with you all again. Please do consider joining me on my tomato stitch up sale, and take care and enjoy what you're stitching until I see you again. Bye.